lot of things that I need to start developing and changing and stuff in my life so I can get this money up and change a lot of situations for the better and stuff like that. Okay, I know I've been told to get a amount, so I will get that. But the only bad thing about amount is it's hard for me to read the comments. So anyway, what was I supposed to? Masculinity, toxic masculinity, and feminism. So anyway, on my other channel, chatting with JS350JP, and I had a friend on there, and we were talking about this stuff. I'm not sure. I think it's on there, but I put it on private. It's on there. It should be on there, or it's on here. I'm not sure, but if you want to watch it, let me know. I can send you the link. And but it's a little tense, two people going at it and stuff like that. Usually on my videos, I try to keep the peace and stuff like that. So I just want to talk about some of the stuff we said, and it's going to be kind of brief. I'm going to take a long way home, so I don't have to get back so quickly and go through the mountains and stuff. I wonder if I should take the streets in the mountains. The mountains is cool, but yeah, okay. So I'll just take the mountain way home. So anyway, what time is it in America? It should be 7 at night, 7 in the morning. So I doubt many people will be on here at this time. Well, my times are bad when I'm doing this, right? Okay. So anyway, let's talk about male toxicity or whatever it's called, toxic masculinity. So I was talking to a friend and stuff, and it's funny how a lot of people, when they hear this word, toxic masculinity, they really think that it's, well, I don't know, based on what I was talking about, a lot of people might get upset about it and stuff like that, but me and a friend had this conversation, and it was more or less like, how can I say it? It was more or less like he had his feelings about it and stuff, like really, I guess that those two words really cause some type of a, how can I say what it would be called? Oh man, I should be turning right there. Hot dog. I guess it kind of made him not happy or something like that. Not exactly him, but it'll make guys unhappy because I guess that toxic masculinity, from what he was saying, was something that women in feminism use, right? And I'm just listening to him. I talked to a lot of people about it, and I'm thinking like, okay, but what's the problem? Because I couldn't never really, hey, what's up, Viewer? How are you doing? Chime in if you want. I couldn't really understand about why people get upset about it, right? Because it's not like it's a lie, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think what happened was, as I was talking to him and other people I've talked to too, I noticed something. A lot of people really, it seems like you have people who, when they study these so-called, how can I term them as, wow, as they start talking about, well, I wonder if I need to do that. Oh man, it seems like I'm making a phone call and I'm not. This is connected to my, okay, that's all. Okay, so it seems as though it would, gosh, I wonder if this is the road I need to take. Gosh, I don't know. That's not it. Okay, so it almost seems as though a lot of people a lot of guys get offended when they hear that word. But when I hear it, I'm like, okay, so what? It's just toxic masculinity. Why would a male anyway, get upset about it? And so as I was talking to my friend, I was just thinking because one thing I know is people tend to put more emphasis on words that they wouldn't put the same emphasis. Hey, viewer, how you doing? Chime in if you can. Right now I'm talking about just chats and stuff I had with people about this, feminism and toxic masculinity. If you want to watch that video, let me know. I can send you the link because it's on private because it's kind of really intense and stuff. But I don't have anything where you can go live or anything, so you just have to you'll just have to chat. But anyway, a lot of guys, they tend to put more emphasis or inject more emotions in some words where if you would use their synonym, that it would not cause such a, for them to, how can I say, it wouldn't cause them to put more emphasis or concern or whatever into the word. So I was talking to a friend, a viewer, two viewers, thank you. And it was, I understood what he was talking about. And he was saying how he was asking me about toxic masculinity. And I'm like, well, because I'm not, oh, sorry about that. Thank you. 3 viewers in the house. Happy. Thumbs up. Be very appreciative. Please comment if you can. And I was thinking, like, to myself, why would a guy get upset when they hear this word? Thank you for the thumbs up for people in the house. Would get upset when they hear that, any of these words. It really doesn't matter, right? And so it kind of baffled me. So I'm listening. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'm listening to the comments and stuff, and listening to what he was saying and things like that. And I'm telling you the truth. It's just not him. It's other people too. Like when I talk to my brother, I have another friend out in Osaka I talk to, and just a lot of guys who I talk to here in Japan or whomever. When they talk about these subjects, it really kind of irks them. And I'm thinking, like, well, why should it irk them? So as I'm listening to him and other people, the same thing. But I didn't bring it up with other people. I just brought it with him because actually we were doing live on stereo, and I think it was coming on my chat with G50JPN channel. Maybe it was on here. I'm not exactly sure which one it was on. But I think he asked me a question, does that bother me? And I'm like, no. Why should it? Well, feminism, women in feminism say this and that. And I'm like, okay, but, if that's what they feel, then it's okay. So basically what I said was this, that the word toxic, black people are starting to use this word, but toxic is not toxic, I guess, to a black person. And I'm just saying, not ones who are educated or wherever, just in the regular neighborhood when and not on the professional platform, I guess to them it's really such a really demeaning word or whatever. But we need to understand that toxic is not a normal word in our vocabulary in the black community. It really isn't. Now, a synonym for the word toxic would be bad. So bad would be a better word. It would be probably the number one word, or you could say troublemaker or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So in those terms. So, oh man, where am I at? Okay. So I'm thinking like, okay, and I get these questions and stuff, and it's like, well, why aren't you mad? And I'm like, well, why should I be mad? And they said, well, do you agree with it? And I'm like, yeah, of course, they're bad black people. And it was funny because a lot of people, they just want to talk about, here I always travel this road. It's really cool because I like the mountains. At night, you really can't see anything, but the daytime is really beautiful. But, it's a car right behind me. This car is like right behind me. I have to pull over so I can go by. And I'm like, oh, I can't even move over. Oh, good. And I'm like, no, it doesn't bother me, that word, because I understand what it is. And I didn't say that for a while, until later in the conversation. I'm like, well, black people, we are toxic. And he said to me, well, are you toxic? And I said, of course I'm toxic, right? And it was funny because, and I'm not, hopefully she's going to listen to it, but it's not a bad thing. It's just, I like to talk about what I said and explain things. So it was like, well, are you toxic? And I said, yeah. So he said, well, what do you mean? So I gave this example when I was I think I was in 11th or 12th grade, maybe 12th grade, and I was in a check and balancing class that we had at university, senior high school. And 5 minutes before the class, I asked the teacher, what would you do if I left the class right now? And so I'm the only black guy in the class, and I didn't explain exactly like that. I kind of did, but it was like later, but I'm just starting from the beginning. So I'm the only black guy in the class. Everyone's all white. Most of them live in that area, Westwood, in that area, Brentwood, Westwood, whatever, you know. And so the teacher says, well, if you walk out, I'm gonna give you a C. So I'm thinking, because I'm thinking I should have had an A, you know, at least if anything an A minus. It was really easy. It was dealing with math and stuff, adding and subtraction basically, and you know, just simple, you know, banking, bank statement balancing type of ooh, wow, there's an accident up there. Everyone is coming off the freeway, and maybe it was a good idea that I didn't take it because I've been on this road anyway. Okay, so the vocabulary wasn't that difficult. Plus, you know, living in that area, talking to different people, you're gonna get this. So anyway, the teacher said, well, if you live, I'll give you a C. And like, I don't believe so. So I left, sat out on the porch. When I got my grade, I got a C. And I was like shocked and stunned and everything. But the whole point of it is to a black person who just go to a regular school, and you know, we are used to other black children interrupting the class, skipping class, cussing out the teachers, not doing their homework, and not taking the education that they're getting seriously. So when I said that, I got this comment was like, well, that's not toxic masculinity. And I said, yeah, it's not, but it is bad. And I'm thinking to myself, like, when I talk to a lot of people, they think, you know, I understand a lot of people, but they actually think inside the box. They don't really actually think outside of the box. And then another problem, too, is they're thinking, like, well, if they usually put them in my situation and then said, you know, to them it's not a big deal. So, you know, we discussed a little more, you know, conversation. And then he said something to the fact that, well, that wasn't a good explanation of toxic masculinity. But I said it was a perfect example. So I had to explain to him that what it was I'm in this classroom with all whites, I'm the only black. All them kids come from the area, affluent white area. They're all going there to get their grades and everything up. And then the last 5 minutes of the class, because in the class I was the smartest one by far. And in the last 5 minutes, the smartest black guy in the class challenges the teacher. The teacher says, no, don't do this. I did it anyway. So when me, as a black male, walking up, so got some people here. A lot of people always walk down this road, travel this road. Young kids. Out there around here somewhere, there's like a temple or something people go check out. Should check it out one day, but I haven't had a chance. I keep forgetting until when I'm driving on the street. But anyway, I was saying, listen, it's a black guy in this all-white class where all these kids are probably rich, and they all knew I lived in Venice, and I get up and walk out the class. Now that's a typical action that does happen regularly in black schools where you have a male who challenged the teachers, disrupted the class and everything. And I said that was toxic, not because, I mean, of course, because I didn't obey the teacher, but what I did was confirm this notion that black males don't take school seriously. And for me to get up, walk out, you know, in the class, like, 20 to 30 students at you know, whatever it was at that time, and just walk out and just totally just put a nail in the coffin that, hey, black men don't take their education seriously, especially when, you know, I'm the one who's doing well. So it's like, okay, well, you got an A, you got 100% in the class, but yet he's still what I want to say, demonstrating or acting out in this really bad manner. And so I'll just say bad. I don't use the word toxic because I know toxic is not a word that black people use in their vocabulary on a regularly like white people do. And so as I explained it, I think maybe he came around and said, oh, okay, now I understand what you're saying. And when I have conversations with people, you know, it's like, it's difficult for me to have conversations with people because I lived in two different worlds. I look at things for what they are, the seriousness of what the seriousness of their the effects of, or the reactions of the effects or whatever. It's come, my mind is going crazy right now. Anyway, the effects of the actions that people do, and in that case, I demonstrated toxic masculinity, a bad male, and on top of that, it was a bad black male. Okay, and so because I don't need to, like when I'm talking to people, a lot of people they like go really close to the edge to demonstrate whatever it is they believe, and I don't. I just keep it simple where everyone can understand, and it affects everyone because everyone has done that. So to say a black toxic masculinity, now of course I'm talking about myself as a black man, but or a black male, but white. Everybody does it. Every male has done that. So it's not like it's a bad thing, but just in that time when it happened, it was bad. And it was just funny because it was like he was saying like how can you say that I what's that word, condone, I think that was the word, because actually I think condone means agree or something. I actually never really looked it up. So I hear this word and I'm like, okay, the way people using it is like I don't go against it, I guess. So he said it was like I condone it, and I'm like, yeah, of course I think it's condoned. What I agree with, yeah, when they're saying that, this toxic masculinity. And so I had to go forth because a lot of guys they get upset, but men start wars. There are a lot of bad men. I mean, you look at the black neighborhoods and you do see these bad men. And sure, you can call them toxic, but like I said, toxic is not a word that's used in the black neighborhood. And I don't really like. I mean, it's according to who I talk to, but certain people. Oh, okay, what's up? Let me see. Do you know Dumb Media? No, no, Dumb Media. But wait, I can't even read your name. I am so sorry. It's like way too small. Makato. Welcome. If I'm saying your name wrong, I am sorry. I think it says Kawani. And anyway, so I'm saying to myself that, when I talk to a lot of people, of course I understand vocabulary and things like that. But what's difficult in talking to people is they always seem to be stuck inside of this box. And I think I don't even I forget I don't even say well actually I do think out the box, because life is more than just what these people come in, and it's more than just these quaint words. And I was like, okay, fine, because I don't know, it's just really difficult. So when I talk to a lot of people, like last night I had this really interesting conversation where this lady was making these messages. I talked to my friend, the guy I'm talking to about now, and so I talked to him and I asked him a question, but she'll answer it based on her, and I'm like, I'm not even talking to you. And I don't know why that happens, but it's just really interesting. And talking about feminism, right? So I've talked to a lot of guys about feminism, and I'm like, why are you guys worrying about what these women are saying? Like, I don't know how many years ago, but they had this feminist movement, maybe in Washington or something like that, and the women got the signs out there, and some women are walking around with their mammary glands all hanging out and stuff. I'm a woman and everything. And I think I was online, or maybe I was on a live, or talking to somebody, I forgot. But these guys are like, I can't believe these women got there pushing feminism and blah, blah, blah. And if I was out there, I'd be mad and stuff. And they're showing it on TV, and I'm like, and they're showing pictures. I'm like, well, some women out there got the breastises out, So I said, if I lived over there, I'd just run out there snapping pictures. You know what I'm saying? Those women are beautiful, regardless of what they're angry about. They're still beautiful. And if they're going to take, they're going to show themselves, model themselves like that, you better. And so one of my friends, he said, oh my God, I can't believe it. I said, yeah, I mean, you guys, especially because a lot of guys who I speak to, they're really shy to talk to women. And I'm like, right there, that's the perfect time. You don't even got to go down there and argue with them. Just support them. Say, yeah, go ahead and express yourself. So we were talking about feminism and stuff. And
the whole thing about feminism is, a lot of brothers I talk to, they always say, well, you it's a white, and all this stuff. And I'm like, you guys, I don't really want to talk about this, because I've had this conversation many times. And they say, why? I said, well, oh boy, I hope you guys, if you guys are on, somebody send me a message if you can hear me. I'm going through the mountains and it kind of cut me out. Wow, I wonder why that. Wow, okay, okay. I guess that must be the lights. If you guys can hear me, might please put okay or something. It looks like I'm live. Okay, it says, okay, so anyway, so I had this conversation. I'm going to start it because I don't know when it started, but Fantastic knows it. But anyway, I had this conversation about feminism with these guys, and they always, getting upset because of women out there talking about what they want to do and all of this stuff. And I'm like, some people are like, well, I don't think about it. It's not something I need to talk about, right? And some people really get upset because it affects them. And I'm like, they said, wouldn't the sisters get on there and blah blah blah? And so what I said was, for feminism, if you really want to think about it, it's just a problem that white men, women are having with white men. And sometimes I hear this always saying like, oh, well, it still affects black men or something like that, to that point. And I'm like, listen, black men have no power in the United States. We don't own any bases, any military, no nuclear power plants, no anything. We got business making money, but when it comes down, like if another country come, the black man doesn't have that power other than in a power of support, but not in authority to actually go out there and do these things. You know what I'm saying? It's a white man who's going out there, and then of course black people are helping to it. Other people are helping, but we don't have authority. We don't have that control. This is their country, their government. And when I said that, I said, so to get upset, and you're a black man with no power, which we all know we don't, just because you might have a business making $10 million a year, $100,000 a year, it might be a billionaire. All that stuff is not yours. You don't control it, and it can be taken from you instantly. And of course, you go to court and whatever, and they're like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And so, how can I say that? I wonder which way should I go? I should go. Okay, I'm taking a long way. And so I said to them, like, hey, feminism is not a black man's problem. It's a problem between the white women and the white men. And if a black man jumps in it, they're both going to stop and look at the black man and say, what are you doing? You have no power. You have no say so. Go back to your neighborhoods and fix your neighborhoods and everything, but stay out of our problem, because it's just a problem between a white man and his white woman, girlfriend, wife, or whatever, And when I said that, it was like, so I said, when it comes to feminism, that's just a white man's problem. It's not our problem. Unless you're a Sojourner Truth was, when they, I don't know, I guess when she was alive, and she's, had a few words to say about it, and other people. But feminism is a movement where the white woman is saying to the white man, I'm there in your house, and I want you to treat me like I am your wife, like I am equal. Because even just in the house, anybody who's living with a woman, you're gonna have this power struggle, and that's all it is. Okay, they want more money, whatever, but whatever. But in the end, it doesn't really matter, because if that white woman is married to a billionaire, she divorced him or he dies, and she's going to get everything anyway. So the power is going to come, but they don't want to wait till he dies. I guess they want that power right now. They want all of that stuff. So when it comes to feminism and stuff, I really don't talk to it, because I already know that the black man really has no issue with it. Black women can argue about wanting more. What black woman who is talking about feminism have you ever heard say, well, I want to get paid the same money as a black man. I want to have the same power that the black man has. I want to do like this like the black man. I don't think any woman has ever actually said that a black woman when it's in feminism. Now, what they might be saying, and logically they should be saying, is that I want that same equal pay too, white man. I want that glass ceiling to be broken, white man. I want to be able to do what I want to do, white man. Don't hold me back, white man. But I don't think a black man is in it. So when I'm talking to different brothers about it, and they talking about this feminism, I'm like, listen, you are not even a topic. You're not a period. You're not an exclamation mark. You're not a grammar point. You're not a tense. You're not even a sheet of paper. You're not even a wind that blows. There is nothing in feminism that contains anything about a black man. In reality, it's not. It's a white woman talking to a white man because the white man got the power. Even if a black woman go to her husband say, I want to get this job, he said no. She said, all right. She go out, talk to a white man, get the job, and then she could tell the white man, oh, my husband, he's going to get mad, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, okay, well, here, I got a friend who's a lawyer. We can draw up papers. You can divorce him. We can have restraining orders, and we can get somebody to go over there and tell him that. And here's a house, and we'll hook you up. And they do that all the time. And then what is that brother going to do? He can get upset, but he ain't going to go to the white man or to the judicial system and then try to fight them just to get his wife back or sue. You know what I'm saying? Because the black man has no power. When it comes to feminism, they ain't even talking about him. So, we had this conversation for a long time, but for black men to be talking about feminism, it's silly to me. It really is, because black man occupies oh man, where am I at? I have no idea where I'm at. Gosh, I hope this didn't happen. But they have now I know where I'm at. I think I know where I'm at. Is that a gas station? Let me get in the right lane. I think it's a gas station. No, I have no idea where I'm at. Darn it. Okay, that's 7. I'm supposed to be up on this other road. Oh, dog it, I need to turn right. Oh, wait, this has to be the street. No, it's not. Oh, no, I'm lost. I'm like totally lost, and I have no idea where I'm going. Man, I'm so sad. Okay, they changed these roads around here, and I totally forgot, and I don't know exactly where I'm going. But anyway, so when I talk to them about it, I'm just like, the feminism is nothing that black men should even, any man other than a white man should really, I wouldn't say the white man, but it's nothing that the black man in the United States should have a concern with, because the feminism doesn't really do anything. Because what I was saying, like, well, because they, I think the feminism, and I've had other conversations too, with a lot of people when they come in and talk about what welfare or not welfare, maybe welfare did or something like that, Section 8 or whatever, when they came into the homes and said, hey, if you want this money, we can help you, but you can't have a man in it. And that was given to all women in the United States, not just black women. So, you hear a lot of brothers saying, oh, well, that destroyed the black family. But I was saying, to a friend and to different people, I'm like, hey, think about it. Before we can even say that destroyed the black family, or feminism destroyed the black family, or anything like that, we have to understand, were these women even thinking about ways where they can get up from up under their husbands before that? Because when the money came along, that was for single women. It wasn't for married women. And if you did have some women who were married and they divorced their husbands to get that money, well, we have to think about, well, what was the actual cause, the drive? Was that drive always there? Was that intention always there for her to want to leave that man in the first place? And, oh man, I do not know where I'm going, so I'm going out here. Goes, oh, wait, no, keep straight, I'm thinking over there. And I said, for that drive to be there, that thought could have been there for a long time. But what black men need to understand, and you young guys need to understand, is that back in the old days, all women really were stuck with these guys because they didn't have any financial leverage or benefits or anything, financial income, where they were able to separate themselves from those situations. And a lot of guys, oh man, where am I at? Oh my God. And a lot of guys, for some reason, don't see that, never saw that. So when I talk about feminism and stuff like that with different people, because they're like really into it and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, and they want to get my opinion, but I'm like, I really don't have an opinion because there's nothing to talk about. These women have the right to pursue happiness, and if they want to do this and do that because they're happy, then let them be. I know it's hard. I know it's embarrassing. I know it'll break your heart and stuff like that. I've been through that and stuff. But the reality is, and that's these women gonna do what they want to do. And then another thing too, I don't know why guys are even talking about feminism these days, because feminism wasn't what caused the women to be able to get their freedom. It was the advent of technology. As soon as these smart devices came out and these women were able to talk to guys, I've said in my video, talk to guys around the world, be able to make their money with a push of a button, then the need to be up under a man for financial benefits, which was really the main reason why, which was the reason that most of these women are locked under these men, is because of their lack of ability to create their own, what is that thing called? To create their own finances, you know, really held them back. It was that lack of them being able to create their own finances that kept them trapped under these men, whether they were boyfriends or marriage, what. But as soon as they would get their money, they were gone. But you have to think, well, were they always thinking like that? Because we know that in the black neighborhoods, we always talk about the man always talk about the black family this, black family that. But the black families, most of the black families, they had a lot of problems in it. And a lot of the women, they were not happy. A lot of them were not happy. And as soon as they were able to make that money, a lot of them bounced, got divorces and everything. And it's really interesting because guys get upset at, sisters or whomever, who went out there and made themselves better. But why didn't the guys jump on it and grow like the women did? Why didn't they do that? And I have to say, I'm one of those guys that didn't jump on that money, at the advent of the smart devices too. Even though I didn't make money, but still, what I did doesn't matter. Even though I got the knowledge and everything, but still, I didn't jump on there too. But of course, I'm not complaining either. But why didn't these guys do it? And sometimes I even mention that to the guys. I'm like, well, why are you complaining? What, are you rich now? No. And they ask me, I'm like, of course not. But I know why I'm not rich. I'm not rich because I'm not out there getting at the money. I know what to do, but I just haven't done it. For some reason, I haven't done it. But why aren't you? And a lot of these guys, they happy with their work. I remember one brother I talked to a long time ago. He was happy, got his apartment, had his job, his house, and had his job. I think somewhere back east, maybe Atlanta. And he said he comes home from work and he just sit in his backyard, and he's happy with that, and that's it. And I'm like, okay, fine, And it was just really, really interesting how we had that conversation. I guess it must have been on Skype. I don't know who it was. So I talked to a lot of brothers from around the world, a lot of people from around the world, I should say. But it was just really interesting. So, talking about feminism and male toxic masculinity, because when you talk about toxic masculinity, I think a lot of black people who I talk to, they really take it personal. And I'm saying, like, well, why would you take it personal? And it's because, they say it's in the movies, it's this, it's that, and I'm like, yeah, but, the white man's toxic masculinity there is too, the wars and, all kinds of things that's going on. So it's not just because somebody talks about it, toxic masculinity, or if, on TV, they making these things always talking about this bad black man and stuff like that. It's first of all, you have to first say, well, hey, are they lying? The first thing is, hey, are they lying? No, if they're not lying, okay, then what you gonna do to change it? And sometimes again, this argument, I always say to them guys, hey, listen. You can get mad, fine, but don't get mad at me. You started these conversations. I don't want to talk about it because I understand it's a problem between it's not a problem with black men or black women or anybody else. It's a white man and a white woman, and that's it. And anybody else trying to jump in that fight, then they silly, you know. And let me think. I remember once I was talking to my bro about this a long time ago, and he was really into it because of different groups he was in and stuff. And I was like, you got so many other things that need to be taken care of. Why would you just jump on this? Because it makes absolutely any sense. But I believe what it is that a lot of brothers, because we really don't have what we can say is things to do. We really don't have, I wouldn't say things to do, but we really don't have lots of power, a lot of maneuvering that we can do that can be seen on a grand scale, that they get really emotional about it, And so that's what I told my brother. And I said, you need to really calm down because there's things, you got skills right now that you can make money because, he's the type of guy who women come to, women come to him. He go to them too. They don't come to him as much as they come to me, but they do come to him. And so I'm saying, there's a lot of other things that that you need to work on instead of talking about this. And what I do is I shut it down because I understand what it is, and I don't want to talk about it because it's just a waste of time to me. But they want to talk about it. He wants to talk about it. And then when I don't agree with him, not because of the feminism movement itself, because women are going to do that because they're women. Women are going to be women. Feminism is just what? Women being women. A man is not a woman. A man doesn't know what a woman thinks, feel like, whatever. Just like a woman can't do that. When you're masculine, you're a man, you're masculine, and that just means male. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know. And so when a guy tries to put himself in the position of a woman saying, well, I know what they think, blah, 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 I laugh. And I'm like, let these women express themselves. If you let women express themselves, they would be able to relax, and then you get to enjoy more things with them. And a lot of guys know. It's like in my videos I always say, when guys always say, well, how do you pick up women? I'm like, I don't. They come and pick me up. You don't talk to them? Yes, I love talking to women. I really do. But there's a problem. I don't know how to talk to women to get them to sleep with me. And I said that in my videos a long time ago, maybe 2 or 3 times. That's my problem. I can walk up to them and conduct a nice conversation where they'll start touching on me and blah, 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 and they'll initiate it. But if it's like I have to go up and talk to a woman because I want to sleep with her, for some reason, I can't get those words out. Now, I can say it, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't come out right, or something's weird. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know what it is, but I do notice that when a woman is talking to me, I understand what she's doing. So all I have to do is listen, and then she'll talk me into all of that stuff. I don't have to do it. Because when I'm macking, I guess, and that means, trying to pull a woman to sleep with them. In my days, and I don't know what you guys done changed it into now and stuff, but back in my days, it was macking to get a girl to sleep with you. You know what I'm saying? Macking to get that number later on is going to be sex. That was the end of it, sex. And so if I'm macking like that, then, I learned that, I don't have that skill. And it's not even because I can't mac to do it. I can go through all the what you call it. But my thing is sex on my mind. If I'm thinking about having sex with a woman, ooh man, where did this store pop up? This must be new. Man, I haven't been over here now. Ooh, this car behind me is driving fast. Ooh, I gotta go get some gas. So I could get gas now. Wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow, what day is tomorrow? Y'all can't wait till tomorrow. I should go get it now. But if I go get gas now, you know what? I'm gonna have to put this phone down, and you guys won't be able to see anything. So that's the only thing. So should I go get gas now and keep talking, or just go home? Okay, wait. What's up, GS? What's up, Jordan? Jordan in the house, you guys. What is Dum Dum Media? I guess if I remember, I'm gonna have to go back and check it out. But the whole thing is, when I talk to a woman, and if I want to have sex, I have to be able to say the words that will get her to go with me within like 10 to 20 minutes and 20 minutes and all. It has to be fast because it'll slip my mind. You know what I'm saying? It'll slip my mind, and if she start talking about another topic that's more interesting, then it'll slip my mind, or I lose that desire real fast. So it's like in my videos, and I'm just talking about macking and stuff, right? So in my videos, I always say if I go to a club and if I want to have a woman, this is what I do, and it has to happen within 15 minutes. When I'm doing this, it has to be fast. Otherwise, I am going, not her. She might want to, but once that feeling goes, which it does not last that long, I don't care. I'm sorry, but no, and that's just it, and well, I ain't gonna go into this one service. It's kind of funny though, but no, I'm gonna tell you. So one day I was with this girl. I don't know, maybe back in Nagoya or something like that. After I got divorced, after I got divorced, I was walking. I was in Nagoya. Yeah, I was in Nagoya, and so it was one of my these girls I know, and she's really, really nice body and everything, big chest, and a Japanese woman and stuff. And so I went and called her up because I hadn't talked to her in a long time because was on my way to Tokyo with one of my friends who I met. I'm out here, but not one of my friends, this guy I met. We just met, and we just talking and stuff. And maybe the second, third time we met because he came to Osaka from Okinawa. I said, hey, let's just go to Tokyo. He's like, all right. So we went to Nagoya. I called her up. The next day we met, and we ended up going to a hotel or something like that. And so she was doing her thing, and then for me, like I said, it really does slip my mind. It just have to be a certain woman. And so she said, well, aren't you going to, I need to get gas. This thing just went on red. She said, aren't you going to get hard or something like that? It was funny. And I'm like, hey, that's not my job. That's your job. You know what I'm saying? And she just started laughing because it was so obvious, So in other words, something like that. I mean, had I been with somebody else, maybe they would just say, I'll forget you. But luckily, she had a sense of humor. So when I talk to women, macking and stuff, it has to be fast. But like I said, for me, I just let them come to me because even though I do like doing it, I understand that malfunction in my mind, and so it's just easier for me to wait and it's not like I have to go weeks without it or something when I was single. No, it was like women just coming every day. It was like 2, 3, 4 times a day, at some points, when I was singing. I was like, wow, why you guys keep coming over here so much? So 6 people in the house, thank you. And so basically, when I talk to some people, if they don't watch my videos, then they won't know these. If all of you guys are watching my videos, or women watching my videos, I've discussed this a whole bunch of times, but 1,700 videos and stuff, a lot of people don't get a chance to see this. So then when I mention it is new, that's like, oh, well, I never heard that before. Well, you got to watch my videos. So I ain't got time to watch them. Well, just because this is the first time you're hearing it from me doesn't mean that I hadn't said it before. So to wrap this up, well, I'm trying to wrap it up. But anyway, that's right. I've been on here for a long time, 40 minutes. Oh my God, I said I was going to make 10, 15-minute live videos. But to wrap this up and stuff, when it comes to toxic masculinity, a lot of brothers who are getting into what you have to understand first is that toxic is a word that is commonly used in the white vocabulary, white communities, and bad, is usually used in ours. Masculinity is definitely a word that you do not hear, on daily conversations, in the black neighborhood. You don't. That's just a word that you don't come around. There's gonna be black guys, black men, niggas, whatever, stupid niggas, So we might say like what is that called? Bad toxic masculinity in the neighborhood we call a no good nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now that we hear all that. Man, that nigga ain't no good. But you ain't gonna hear nobody in the black head, yo man, what's up, man? Yeah, man, that such and such, man. That's a toxic masculine person, a man, a bro, whatever. We just don't talk like that. So it was just really interesting. And I have to tell a lot of guys who I speak to, I'm like, listen, in a lot of my videos, I'm like, listen, you are coming across these new words that you're learning in your higher educational life, but you can't just take those words and bring them back to the neighborhood and then start throwing them around and then add more, how can I say, seriousness to them. Like, if we don't have our own words, you can't do that, because you're going to miss a lot of people by doing that. Or you're going to, if you can convince people, you're going to cause them to create this extra emotional, whatever you want to call it, that wouldn't be there if you just use the normal words. And it's not good, because it causes a lot of people to go too far when they don't have to, and it also causes a lot of extra stress. And that's why when I'm speaking to a lot of people, I don't really get too deep with the vocabulary and things. Now, things will slip up once in a while, but okay, I'm gonna have to put this down here. Let me switch over. Oh, that's the car. That's outside. Let me switch this over. Sit this down. Got my chopsticks, and I am. Oh man, I gotta use my Pay to this. Oh, this is gonna be tough, you guys. I'm so sorry. I got let's see, switch over. Okay, good. So I gotta use my phone to pay for my gas. So I'm gonna have to go out of here real quick. Man, I'm not. Ooh, I almost opened my trunk. Oh, I'm tripping. Okay, so hold on 1 second. You guys, I mean, this is like really real life stuff, huh? Turn off the car. Oh, and I got to use the bathroom. Okay, hold on 1 second. Oops. Take this. Oh, okay. That was cool. So let me go on and put this here. I wonder if you guys can see outside. No, you can't. Sorry. Hold on. Uh, I gotta use the bathroom. Oh my God. Oh, okay. You guys can still hear me. Okay. So, and that's another thing what I do. So when I talk in my videos, I kind of diffuse the excitement that a lot of these words a lot of people use. I'm saying, hey, just use another word that's not going to cause you to get emotional or too emotional, too excited, because that's also creating stress. And then if you don't really understand what the words these guys are using them in the wrong, and it takes you to, because sometimes you hear words and it'll cause the person to create this image that it's okay to use or to say or whatever, but it's not appropriate. And then it's going to cause them to change different things in their lives, which is going to affect other people, other situations. And it can also bring about some kind of a fault or failure or missed opportunities. So when I'm speaking to a lot of people, I'm also looking out for that also. So, oh man, I gotta use the bathroom so bad. Let's see. Oh, okay, there's the. What's the closest restroom at? Where's the closest restroom at? Oh, I gotta think. Where is it? Let's see. Go over the hill. Oh boy. Okay, I am back to the store. So here, let me just. Let me. Oh man, I gotta go to the store. Oh, this is gonna be tough. I'm so sorry. Always have to gotta go to the bathroom at inappropriate times. And so that's what I do. So I usually play low key, and a lot of people actually get upset. But I'm like, I'm not gonna get upset about that, because a lot of this stuff that let's see, a lot of this stuff that we're talking about, I've addressed in my videos. I've talked about it, at different places, military, in Los Angeles, not in Detroit a little bit when I was out there, just different places and stuff. So especially when it was that movement, I think it was like white racist supremacy, WRS white supremacist racist white supremacy, that movement that was going on and stuff, a few years ago. And I lost a lot of friends because they were like, hey, well, I mean, people I knew, because they said, well, if you don't know anything about white racist supremacy, then we ain't got nothing to talk to you about. And they just clicked. That was the last thing I hear from 'em. I'm like, huh? What is? Why are you even talking about that? You know what I'm saying? Because, it's not. I mean, we have. If you understand the cause of our present day racism, discrimination or whatever you're going through, then you would totally understand it. And because you totally understand it, it would be something that you don't have to even talk about and you can take that time. You can take and spend that time doing some other stuff. Let's see, I have to use the bathroom. So let's see, can I put this over here? What I should do is left my phone in the car. But it just really makes a lot of people distraught. It makes a lot of people distraught, and it causes a lot of problems that doesn't need to be caused and stuff. So I guess that's about it. You know, let me see on my phone any messages. Well, my orientation's all messed up. Wait, hold on. Okay, let me see if there are any comments. What's good? Jay, what's up, man? How you doing? Jay, everything. So I'm about to close this up real quick. I'm in the store, so I got to get something to eat. So here are the goodies and stuff that they have here. What these toys, this is the candies and stuff. So I want to get something cheap. I don't know what to get. I usually get this here. I'm gonna get some of these. These are so good. These trolls. Oh, they're like 21 cents each. So I just grab a handful. Yeah, why those are so good, but they after a while they kind of get heavy. I should get some of these macadamia nuts. I love those. Let's see, should I get them? I want to pass like $2 and something, but you only get like 10 pieces or 8 pieces or something like that. The almonds are better. Well, let me get macadamia nuts. Okay, so the everything on the guys okay. Thank you. Okay, so here I got it. Let's see. You have quick pay. Quick pay. はい、そのままでいいです。368. Okay, there you go. All done. Okay, okay. All right, thank you. So that's it. Wow, 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 wow. Ooh. Okay, so welcome. See, that's me. Ha, 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 ha. I lost like 10 to 12 pounds, 11 pounds. These candies, they're heavy though. Okay, good. That's all good. Okay, so let me go home and let me see. That's on the other side. Let me just sit this down for now. And 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, you guys see where I went. Let's see. How should I go home? How should I go home? Oh no. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I got time. I gotta go home and clean the whole house because my kids are lazy and they don't clean up. Let's see. Maybe I should just. I'm gonna do a U-turn here, and then I'm gonna go down to the station. Maybe I should make a new video. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Make a new video, and I don't know what I'm gonna talk about in a new video though. You guys, give me a topic. Okay, so you guys got about a couple of minutes. Give me a topic to talk about and stuff like that. Ooh, I got time to make this U-turn. You know what? I will tell you guys something, right? So, this is one brother who used to call me, and I helped him a lot. You know, gave him a lot of advice and stuff. And it was funny how he got big and then started talking this crap about me. But it was funny because he had made this video about. Oh no, that's stupid. Anyways, bad topic. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna stop. You come on, give me a topic. When I get to this next main light where I'm about to make a right, a left turn, then I'm gonna close this out. So yeah. So let me know. What's good? What's good, man? It's just I'm just happy. You know, having a little bit situations going on and stuff. But I think I can fix that. God just said be nice. You know. I'm gonna start doing my lessons and doing them live and start recording myself because actually I teach in my what's that kindergarten class. I teach these young kids how to take a word like compromise and make a sentence. So it's like compromise. What's compromise? Compromise in English might be something like hanashi ao or doishiru, agree, or I don't know. Let's say agree. Make that easy. So agree in Japanese is doishiru. And so a lot of the young kids know that word. But and so I'll ask them to make a sentence in Japanese, and they'll something like "Watashi wa tomodachi to doishimasu." So and so I'll write that down, show them how to translate it to English, which is really easy. Now these are kindergarten kids, and what's so cool about this lesson is that like I teach them what verbs are, the action verbs, present, singular and plural, and then nouns. You know, a person, place, a thing. Singular noun is the difference between a singular noun and a plural noun. And then if it's singular, I teach them I give them the rules about using and how to check and stuff. And it's just so cool. This one girl, because this one female girl, that's kind of stupid. This one girl in the class, I give them points every time they do that. Answer the questions. She got like I think 113 points. She answered like 113 questions. Not well, I mean, because sometimes if they read, I give them like 2 points for each word they read. So like I said, I point to like, okay, what is a noun? And if they say Meishi, then you know, I'll give them 1 point. But if I write Meishi then right now, and I say, okay, what is this word? And somebody say noun because they can read the word, then I give them 2 points and stuff like that. So it's just really cool. You know how I do that? It's just how these kids, it's a 1 year in junior high school where they're able to do this stuff. So it's so cool. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, so I'm getting to where I got to go. I don't have any suggestions on what to talk about. So I'll just put open talk and I'll stop this because it's getting long and start a new one right down to Wakayama Station and then go home and stuff like that. Even though I should make a video down there. I like making videos down out in the open because people come and talk to me. So no topics, anyone. You got 5 people here. Somebody give me a topic. 5, 4, 3, 2. What's the name? The name is Mokoko Kwame. I thought that was a Japanese name. Why would I think it's a Japanese name if someone is saying it right in English? Okay, so I'm out and I'll be right back. Hold on. I gotta do some keywords. Oh my god, I'm like so behind on it.